Adequate V2 was a series of tests to solve problems that have troubled our team. For example, these videos were meant to be the solution to a huge communication divide that our team has. Any build veteran or marketing rookie could get a detailed update on the status of Adequate and where the project was headed, much better than a 50-word update statement due to the visual aspect of a video. And I believe that it worked. I made 17 update videos, which averaged 16 views each. I know that 16 may not seem like a lot, but it's a huge increase from the less than 5 people who understood the original Adequate robot. The next problem that adequate tried to solve was affordability. The total price of everything ordered for Adequate was $189. Adequate was the first robot to fully make use of our new inventory system, Sortly, and run it through its paces. And I think that the final price point is a good representation of how it did. Adequate V2 also used less than a full sheet of plasma cut aluminum. I think that the largest problem that Adequate tried to solve was manufacturability. During build season, we had a large gap in time between where we finished the CAD model to the time that our parts were delivered. I tried to solve this gap by pledging that Adequate would be completely manufactured at the Academy, with the exception of some 3D printed parts from my house that could have been done at the Academy. The only reason I did this is because I wanted to test if 3D printed parts could stand up to the conditions of competition. We only had 2 3D printed parts break during competition, one of them being because it was poorly designed, and the other being because of the inertia of batteries when they are completely attached to a robot. Moving on from that, I saw too many times during build season where we had people sitting around doing nothing. One of my favorite moments in Adequate's construction was when we had 12 people working on the robot at once, and everyone had a job. We had people plasma cutting, wire brushing, drilling holes in tube stock, assembling intakes, working on electronics, gathering parts, tapping axles, assembling drivetrains, and that somebody, yes, I mean you, who I gave my phone to take pictures of the whole thing. But Adequate ultimately failed to provide enough jobs for people. I would say that during the build portion of Adequate, we were able to provide enough jobs for people we had, for the people we had. But after that, I failed to provide enough for people to do. Now, all of these solutions combine together to solve the biggest problem that build has, and the biggest problem that marketing has, the biggest problem that electronics has, basically the whole team has. The problem of the robot not being done in time, and the designs being too complex and not working as well as simpler robots. In the previous 2 years, we have gone from a super complex robot to a simpler one. We need to change this, or else we're going to end up with another catapult or turreted shooter. That's why I think we should continue with the Adequate projects, and we should make an Adequate version 3 during the 2019 season. The purpose of the Adequate bot would be to test an idea, to test a robot concept. For example, instead of going from a CAD model to a completed finished robot, we would have the Adequate robot in the middle of that. So hopefully we would see that, a turreted shooter is too complex for our team, and if we can't build an Adequate version of it, then there's no way we can build a full version of it. Hopefully we would also see that a elevator system would be much more efficient than a catapult robot. And the only reason that we would be able to do these things is because of the problems that Adequate tried to solve. The problem that if we build 2 robots, it's unaffordable. The problem that we can't build 2 robots fast because we can't get stuff manufactured. And the problem